Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Ray and this is yet another retro technology fixer-up, refurbish, restore channel. There's lots of this kind of stuff out there. I decided to start this because this is something that I do as a hobby on a regular basis. Most weekends and evenings I'm doing something with an old weird bit of kit, whether that is making it work again or doing something new and interesting with it that maybe hasn't been done before or wasn't originally thought of when the machine or the equipment was designed. So I'm going to start off with a gentle one today, and it's going to focus on this. This is a Sun Type 5C keyboard. I originally got this from my university when they threw them out at the beginning of the 2000s. It came along with this Sun Microsystems 20, which I've had since then. It's always been working. It's an amazing piece of equipment, but the keyboard has needed a bit of love and attention, and I recently cleaned it up. I did a Reddit post about it that was well received, but there was something I wasn't quite happy with. The spacebar didn't quite work as it should have done, and I've been wanting to use this as my daily driver for work for quite a while, and I've recently been able to do so because I just got this awesome KVM down here, which allows me to plug in Sun keyboards and convert them into, Sun keyboards use a proprietary protocol and turn them into USB, so I can plug them into a modern machine. So I'll probably do a video on that KVM at some point, but for now I'm going to talk about this. And the problem with the spacebar was that it was sticky. You could tap it and it would work about 60% of the time, which isn't good enough if you're going to be using it as a daily driver for doing software development, at least, which is my profession. So this video is going to be about taking it apart, finding out what's broken, and trying to repair it. So, without further ado, let's crack on and see what we can find. So I just want to demonstrate, first of all, the use of this keyboard. So starting recording the video now. At this point I'm going to cut to an example. Hopefully I keep the sound off this. So there's a space bar, space, not happening. It's just not really engaging, as you can see from the number of times I'm pressing it. So what we're going to do now is we are going to take these keys off, use some of this silicone grease. I did a bit of research online. There was a quite helpful Reddit thread on our mechanical keyboards, where a gentleman, I forget his name, tests out various different forms of grease for keyboards. There were various suggestions, lithium grease, silicone grease, some others, which I can't remember. I decided to go for silicone grease because it's probably the nicest to use for the plastic, so it won't degrade it over time. This keyboard is getting on for 30 years old now, so that's what we're going to use. So let me stop my other recording and we shall get down to business. So first of all, let's unplug the keyboard and flip it over. And oh, that cable's got dirty. Gross, it's all got quite dirty. Right, let's take the mouse out. There we go. Maybe I'll do another video on this mouse some other time because it's beautiful too. All right, so to help me in this task, I have the classic keyboard removal tool, as I'm sure you've all seen many times before. So let's try this. First things first, I'm going to squeeze out some of this grease into a convenient little lid. I shouldn't need much. There we go, just a spot for now. So first of all, we're just going to try the spacebar. Just a tiny spot of grease there. and see how that works and if that improves things. So at the moment, it is my assumption that all of the, oh, there's a spring, cleaning with IPA, so isopropyl alcohol, has, oh, it's already got quite dirty in there. How has that happened? Has in fact removed all of the grease from this thing, because normally they do come with grease. Right, so let's pop that off there. Doesn't feel too bad actually. Hey, you know what? I have a feeling there should be a little bar in here. Oh, look at that. Gross. Let's try and get some of the dirt out. How has that got so dirty so quickly? I've hardly used the thing. So let's pop a little bit of grease on here. Not too much. And hopefully this will just ease its, I'll pop a little bit in there as well, ease its travel down and return it to full working order. So let's pop that guy in there. Am I mistaken? No, those things fit in there. Right then, so let's pop that back on. Feels quite similar. Why is that not working on the edges? I'm sure that should. I think basically everything's fine. Not really missing any keys there. What I am missing is this space bar working on the edge. So let's see if we can figure that out. That's weird. I can't actually see any. Oh, what's this? What's this? That looks like something that should probably go inside the space bar. Ah, yeah, it is. Okay, fine. So, when I reassembled this, I clearly did not assemble it correctly. Let's just tidy up a little bit here, and then let's get this keyboard turned over and find out what's going on. So once again, I shall remove it from the KVM, unplug this. Now, let's find out what goes on. Ooh. I also appear to have knocked off. Ooh. Don't want to lose those guys. That would be terrible. Right, where's the other one? There we go. Now, let's see if I can start prying this apart. There's these little clips along the edge. Can you see those? One's broken off already. No? Oh, it's just popped back. So this is always a bit of a scary thing when you're dealing with retro stuff. Old plastic is that old plastic gets really brittle and you can break it easily. And in fact, I have done exactly that on the front cover of the Spark Station, which I'm super disappointed with myself about. Come on. Come on. Oh, this last one doesn't want to come out. Oh, there we go. I think I got it. No. Oh, this is not easy. especially with my horrible finger. Ugh. Is there something I'm missing here? Sure, there's nothing inside there that I need to do. No, I think it is just these clips along the front. So let's keep going. Ow! Ah, there we go. Excellent. Right, I think that's off. Something else is holding this in. Why isn't this coming out? What am I missing? Is there some extra clip here? Along the back, maybe? I can't see anything. That side's coming off okay. What's holding this side on? Oh, I've got a bit of grease on my fingers as well. Yuck. Why is that staying clipped in? There's no screws I can see. I can't see. Oh, there we go. Okay, that was a scary cracking sound, but those are not clips, so we're okay. Okay, here we are. Gosh, that got dirty fast. Right, so what we're looking for here is this bar underneath. There she is. All right, so let's see how that is in fact supposed to come up. I can see that in here, that is definitely something that moves. Ah, there it is. Hup. Doesn't look quite right to me though. How would that fit in there? Have I lost something here? Well, obviously does fit in through there. So I'm sure that's in the right place. Blech. I've half a mind to give this another clean. Let's just do that for now. So let's try and figure this out. So maybe I can grab this bar and flip it up. Like so. It does kind of look like those are supposed to fit in those. Oh, need some springs. Ah, geez, wouldn't you know? They've got tangled into each other. Ugh. This might be a job for my wife. She loves this kind of stuff. Oh, jeez. I can hardly hold them. Oh, there we go. Okay. 1 and 2. In go the little springs. And now let's try and get this pulled up. I feel like this is a job you kind of need about 7 hands for. 7 much smaller hands. Now hopefully I can hold that in place and we can see. There we get the bar. Ah. honestly, who would watch this video? Now let's hold that. There we go. Okay, so I've got the tool clipped together now. The hope being that that will keep purchase on this bar. Come on. Yes, it's in that side. And now we need to do the same on this side. It's fiddly. It's so fiddly. Go on. Ah, no, it popped out. Get back in your hole. And can we get the other one in? Come on. Nearly there. Nearly there. Ah. Damn. Oh, it's fiddly. So fiddly. Let's try and pop this on again. There we go. And you go in there. Come on, that's one. Is that two? That is two. Oh, that feels better. Right, now, before we pop this guy back in. Oh, no. Oh, heck. Oh, that's how you do it. Oh, you have to depress the space bar to get it in. That makes a lot more sense. Oh, it's still not easy. That's gotta, oh, I see. It has to clip under there. It has to go in there. Okay, is that in the hole now? Yes. Okay. Right then. Let's try this out and see if it works. Just pop that back in the tray at the appropriate point. Pull that manky old cable out. Get back on there. Oh, fiddly. Okay, but we've done it. So that's great. That's really nice. So let's plug the keyboard back in. And let's see if the spacebar works more nicely now. Still wants the mouse. There we go. Okay. So the KVM has now recognized the switch, the keyboard. So let's take that off and wonderful. Keyboard works all along the length now, very reliably. So that's it for now. One perfectly functional Sun Microsystems Type 5C keyboard. I'm absolutely delighted with the result. It's working as well as it could ever do now. And I'm really looking forward to using it in my regular day-to-day job, which will give me a sense of quiet satisfaction, I hope. And, you know, a feeling of having a great piece of technology still working 30 years on is a very lovely feeling. So things I've learned during the course of this, I guess, first of all, even for the smallest jobs, take photographs. I clearly missed that metal bar under the space bar. It was quite hidden, and that's why I didn't see it. Maybe if I'd taken some photographs beforehand, before beginning the work, I would have noticed to put it back when I got to the reassembly process. The other thing that I think is worth noting is maybe trying out some different types of grease. The kind I bought is really sticky. And so I required only a very, very tiny bit. I also took off the right shift key, which was giving me a little trouble as well, staying, not quite returning properly. and causing a few extra uppercase characters when I use that. I greased that one and it just stayed stuck down. It didn't come back up. So I had to clean almost all of the grease off that. There must have been just a tiny bit remaining. It works beautifully now, better than it did before. So the grease has helped, and that didn't have problems with the metal bar either inside the key. So just a tiny bit of grease is all that's required. Don't put anything too much on there. The reason I use silicone grease, of course, was it's kind to the plastic. It's inert. It won't denature it. Something like lithium, I'm no chemist, but I know it's a very reactive substance. So from what I've read, that's better used on metals and things like that. Although I have read reviews that it is okay for keyboard use. I just didn't want to take that risk. And that's it, really. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope there's been some useful information in there for you. And I hope you'll join me for any future videos I may make, which I do plan on doing. I'm not sure about what they will cover yet. There's a lot of stuff I could do. Maybe that Type 5 optical mouse or this beautiful KVM behind me. I also have some recently acquired HP Hewlett-Packard tape drives, LTO3 tape drives, which are super fun and plugged into a Sun Ultra 24 that I have as well. So there's loads of material that is potentially due to come up. I just don't know what I'll do on first, but I hope you'll join me for some of it. So thanks again, and see you in the future. Bye for now.